If you're a new bookkeeper, maybe you just finished a course on bookkeeping, or you changed from a different field, or you started your own business. If you've done that, you've probably already realized this. The real questions don't show up in the course, they happen in the real world. They show up when a client hands you a handwritten receipt, or when they say, just apply that payment as a credit from last year. And then you're sitting there thinking, okay, how do I record that exactly? Maybe it's a vendor refund, or a partial loan payoff, or an owner taking money out of the business, and you're wondering, is this income, an expense, a liability, a draw? Google will give you 20 answers, YouTube will give you 5 more, and guess what? They're all going to be different. So that's why I built this free AI tool, so that you can just ask the bookkeeping question and get a clear, real-world answer in a matter of seconds. Here's what it looks like. This is the actual tool, Ask a Bookkeeper, and it's live right now on my website, langbookkeeping.com. You just type in a bookkeeping question, click one button, and it gives you real, usable answer in seconds. But what makes it different from other AI tools is what's happening behind the scenes that you don't see. When you ask a question through Ask a Bookkeeper, it's not just shooting back some generic AI answer. There's actually a 2-step accuracy system built into it. First, it filters your question to make sure it's actually about bookkeeping or accounting. This is handled through a quick pre-AI check that simply decides, is this question relevant? If not, the tool stops right there and lets you know no time wasted, no off-topic answers. Then, if the question is on topic, meaning it's about bookkeeping, it moves into a second layer, a custom-built AI prompt I set up specifically for bookkeeping logic. This is where the tool shifts into professional mode. It uses a double entry thinking, follows GAAP principles, and walks through real-world bookkeeping scenarios the way an actual bookkeeper would. So every answer you get has gone through 2 steps, a relevancy check and then focused accounting logic in second engine. Well, that said, while this tool strives to be accurate, it's still AI. And yeah, every now and then it might get something wrong, but not often, but it does happen. So just like anything in bookkeeping, it's always a good idea to double check important entries, especially if you're unsure or working with sensitive data. Bottom line, it's a smart tool built to help you work faster and smarter. I hope you like it. Okay, here we are on langbookkeeping.com, Ask a Bookkeeper. This is where you can ask your bookkeeping question. Let's ask one. Let's ask a question. Let's paid $500 in rent for the business. How do I complete a journal entry? All right, that should be easy enough. And then hit Ask Now. And it takes a few seconds to go through its checks. And it says creating a journal entry for a rent payment is straightforward, and it goes through the steps. So you want to debit increase your rent expense account. That's the debit part. And the credit is the decrease in cash because you're paying out cash, which is exactly correct. So you would want to, in this case, it's for $500 in rent. So you would debit rent expense and you would credit cash for $500 because it's going down. Okay, very simple. All right, let's go to another one. Paid a utility bill in the amount of $400 or $400. How do I record the journal entry? Oh, I can type today. All right, there we go. Let's see what it says. Ask now and see what it comes up with. Okay, so it goes in here and it's exactly correct again. So you would debit utilities expense by $400 and credit cash, because cash is going down because you paid a bill for $400. Okay, that's simple. So you can get more elaborate in your bookkeeping questions. It's just whatever scenario pops up that you get faced with in real life, you can type it in there, but be forward with it. Tell it what you're looking for, and make sure it's a bookkeeping question or an accounting question, and it'll do its best to answer you. And again, it is AI, so you want to double check the work, but most of the time it's correct. I would say even better than most of the time, but you may run into something, so always double check the accuracy. But it's a great tool for you to use, free of charge, and I hope you can use it. Thanks. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.